NFL. And we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Pats and the Dolphins coming up next.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing to start here is Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Keon White got in there for the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. In motion, Hill. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Patriots take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about it is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
Second down, another run with Taylor. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Richardson looking to throw this. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the Patriots sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away. Here's 2nd and 10. When you look at this defense, they enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Bryce Behringer now. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a run from Achane. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. In motion, Hill. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. New England's offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Richardson to throw off play action. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first.
But they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now it's Richardson. Hunter Henry brings it in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a first down.
From the shotgun, Richardson completes this to Addison out left. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Here's Richardson to throw. Got a man. It's Kayshon Boutte. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Richardson off the play fake. Caught here by Bell. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll run here with Taylor. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I don't think...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Jordan Addison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Dolphins offense returning to the field.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
In motion is Washington. Tua going to give this to Wright.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Tua going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
The Patriots offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And he's run well here the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Play action. Now Richardson.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Off play action. Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 22.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 32-yard line.
Richardson. Quick completion to Henry.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Now, this play was all about the eyes. As he rolled out to his right, he kept one eye downfield and one eye on what was in front of him, and he ended up picking up some pretty good yards.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score.
Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football, but he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
They'll run for it with Achane.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On play action, here's Tua.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
They go play action with Richardson.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
3rd down and 6. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Now Richardson. Short pass caught by Henry.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. 2nd and 6. Richardson working from the gun. Slant pass complete to Olave.
Quick slant there gets him the 1st down. 6 yards on the play.
Richardson looking to throw. Got a man, Boutte.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Richardson looking to throw this. Throw out wide is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Here we go. And Richardson back to throw it.
Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this 1st half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now Tua.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he's on for the 5th time here today. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start out west, Seattle making the trek down south to take on Arizona. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as that game draws closer to halftime. Kyler Murray with a touchdown pass to Marvin Harrison Jr. From there, we head cross-country to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys need to take a little of this momentum into the second half of the year because they face an uphill fight at 3-5. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now it's Richardson.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Six-yard return after a punt of 48. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. In motion, Hill. Now a first carry for their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker. 2nd and 10. Running left, Achane.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throw caught by Achane.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now out come the Patriots. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Taylor.
He stiff arms him, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Richardson to throw off play action.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Kayshon Boutte.
68 yards.
And the Patriots take a 3-touchdown lead.
And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just a go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it and when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you can do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Miami set to take over.
They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's Tua. To the right side and complete to Washington. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Tua. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Patriots offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84, and on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And that will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A quick throw complete to Washington. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the Patriots 17-yard line.
Now a toss right side. HN with it.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. New England on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Again, it's Achane.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's Richardson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Encroachment, defense.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Still first down.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
They run once more with Taylor. He'll get this down to the 38. Now a 2nd and 6.
Now a first carry here for their running back. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Richardson.
And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Richardson out of the shotgun. And that almost almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
2nd and 5.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Infraction, defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the
Still
offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Patriots are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage.
Well, it was 2nd and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
A PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
So now here come the Dolphins.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Tua sets up to pass it.
The short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. That one complete to Hill. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
This 2nd and 4.
46-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 32-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Cameron Sample picks up his second sack of the afternoon. One final try for Tagovailoa. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for New England,
They run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
and they will head back home.